Nagkaroon siya ng kapangyarihan bilang presidente, inabuso niya. At hindi lang yun. Ang totoo, kaya ginawa ni Bado yan, dahil sa kanya.
Yun yung pagkatapos na lumabas yung Cinderella man ni Percy Lapid. That was the basis. So that day itself, nung nalaman ni Bantag, ni General Bantag na andun si Percy Lapid sa Laguna, medyo nagalit.
Kapag kasi pinagsama-sama na natin yung lahat ng mga events, personalities, circumstances, dito sa kasa na to, it will be very, very clear na si Bantag talaga, siya talaga yung nagko-call ng shots dito at pinapadaan niya lang kay Zulueta.
From the nation's capital, all sides, all the time, I'm Ed Lingao.
And I'm Danny Laurel. The big story tonight.
The National Bureau of Investigation says there is no direct evidence that would link suspended Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag to the killing of Percy Lapid.
Now, investigators note that the inmates only named Bucor Deputy Security Officer Ricardo Zulueta in their testimonies. Marlene Alcaide with the big story.
One story on Percy Lapid's radio program possibly pushed suspended Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag to allegedly order the murder of the broadcaster. That's according to Justice Secretary Boying Remulla.
Si Percy Lapid nagpunta sa bahay niya. Gumagawa siya ng storya, yung Cinderella man.
Remulla said Bantag got angry when he was informed that Lapid went to his house in Laguna to take photos. On the same day, Bantag skipped the graduation ceremony of the University of Perpetual Help in the New Bilibid prison and went straight home.
Andun lahat ng Board of Trustees niyan. These are people who really are doing a great service to the National Penitentiary. Kasi they're providing college education to many of the inmates. Yung kanya hindi pagbalik doon, was a sign also that he was very mad.
The Cinderella man story was then released. It was a term coined by Lapid, referring to a government official who allegedly amassed wealth while in office.
September 17, nagsimula na yung plots. Nagsimula na lahat. Everything came into motion. Kaya makikita nyo, there's a string that ties everything together.
Although complaints have been filed against Bantag and several others, NBI Supervising Agent Eugene Javier said there's no direct evidence that would link the suspended Bucor chief to the murder. Inmates involved only mentioned Bucor Deputy Security Officer Ricardo Zulueta, who said that the order came from a higher up.
Kapag kasi pinagsama-sama na natin yung lahat ng mga events, it will be very, very clear na si Bantag talaga, siya talaga yung nagko-call ng shots dito at pinapadaan niya lang kay Zulueta. I don't think we need yung tinatawag talaga na direkta. Because using that test, no, yung totality of circumstances, shoot na si Director Bantag sa kanyang liability dito.
Remulla said both Bantag and Zulueta have yet to reach out to authorities. But they are most likely still in the country since public officials need to secure a travel authority before they can fly abroad. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
Suspended Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag still has the support of the North despite the murder complaints filed against him. Jenny Dongon with the story.
A day after authorities filed separate murder complaints against suspended Corrections Chief Gerald Bantag, a prayer rally was held in Cordillera to show support for their fellow Igorot. Bantag is being tagged as the mastermind for the killing of Percy Lapid and the alleged middleman June Villamor. Over the weekend, Bantag supporters also gathered to push for a reinstatement. Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong joined the event to call for restraint as investigation into the case continues. He explains that Igorot families tend to be protective of their members.
Alam mo, there's so much bitterness, so much anger, especially among the clan, especially also among the members of the community where they reside, the family reside. Kaya talagang they're invoking na talagang inosente yung kanilang kamag-anak o yung kaibigan nila. It's something very common among kaigurotan, especially among members of the Baloy.
Bantag's aunt Lola Ninita is dismayed over how the case is going. She insists that her nephew is innocent and is just being framed.
Noon na lang kung kwan, nakakalap na silang kung ano-ano ang kwan, doon na sila nag-i-investigate. Hindi yun ang rason na na sisirain ni Gerald ang kanyang pinaghirapang karir. Hindi yung sasabihin mo pumatay ng tao. Madali ba lang yun? Ay hindi Wala kaming record na namamatay tao.
Meanwhile, Bantag's close friend lawyer Rocky Balisong said they will fight to prove his innocence.
Hindi siya nag-iisa sa labang ito na maraming naniniwala sa kanya at kilala namin siya bilang isang tao na may integridad, very responsible na government official.
Balisong added that Bantag is not hiding and that he is ready to narrate his side of the story.
For some reason siguro, for security reasons, hindi siya muna nag-expose kasi alam natin na disarmahan siya Tinanggalan siya ng security. He is concerned with his security and the security of his family. No? Kaya yung sinasabing lumutang, hindi ganun kadali.
As the Lapid slay case continues to unfold, supporters of the embattled ex-Bucor chief say that they will continue to support him throughout. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
And here to weigh in on the latest developments, we have with us on the line Attorney Berteni Toto Kausing, the spokesman of the Mabasa family. Sir, magandang gabi and welcome to the big story.
Magandang gabi po sa lahat sa inyo, Ed, sa Dan. Sa lahat ng tagapakinig ninyo, magandang gabi po.
Thank you po for joining us. Sir, let me start off with this. Umaamin naman ng NBI na wala silang direct evidence against Bantag. So may mga taong kinakabahan na baka hindi tumayo yung kaso. Ano pong tingin nyo? Kayo, abogado rin.
Anyway, ang sabihin ko lang naman is nakita ko naman lahat. Siguro kanya-kanyang opinion na lang. Pero malakas pa rin ang opinion kasi may tinatawag namang circumstantial evidence.
Okay. Attorney, paano po ma-verify itong tipong testimony po? Paano po ma-verify yung testimony? Kasi sinasabi po nila, testimony lang yan, hindi pa siya nalilink po sa totoong nangyari. Opo.
Anyway, ginais ko lang i-correct. Kapag naka-affidavit pa lang, allegations pa lang yan. Affidavit pa lang yan. Pero pag sinabit na sa korte, saka pa lang matatanggap na testimony, saka pa lang bibigyan mo ng uri ng testimonya. So, ngayon, kung mapapansin ninyo, lahat naman ng mga sinabi ng mga testigo sa kanilang mga extrajudicial confessions at saka sa affidavit, ay masusuporta naman ng ibang klaseng ebidensya gaya ng CCTV, sa loob ng affidavit, gaya ng telephone records, gaya ng money trail na binigay ng AMLA. So maraming ibang ebidensya po. At hindi naman ibig sabihin na kung walang direkteng ebidensya ay wala na. Ganun ang kasimple.
Well, sir, we do understand the concept that has been cited, yung totality of circumstances and totality of facts, yung kabuuan kumbaga. But at the same time, so far kasi lahat ng testimonya would only implicate Sulueta directly. I mean, none of the people who signed their affidavits have ever met Bantag during the planning stage or the execution of the crime. So I suppose yun po yung malaking tanong how sure are we na si Sulueta can pin down Bantag or would be willing to pin down Bantag kasi siya lang kausap?
So masasabi ko lang very, very sure. Pero ayaw ko lang din sabihin na detalye kasi baka matelegraph din ng mga nanggigiba ng para sa kasinungalingan.
Sir, if I may, sir, sundutin ka lang yun kasi sabi niyo, you're very, very sure. Meron ba kayong communication with Sulueta? Are you in touch in any way or may feelers of any sort?
No. Ibig sabihin very, very sure na ma-pin down namin sila lahat.
Okay. Sir, sinabi po earlier on sa report namin na Bantag is not in hiding. Meron po ba kayong evidence or communication with the alleged mastermind or how po are you being able to get this testimony from his side? Sinabi po nila na inaantay lang nila yung testimony niya.
Actually, pag sinabi na Bantag is not in hiding, we are only relying on the official statements issued by the Department of Justice. So ngayon, nag-issue din a statement the Department of Justice sa Philippine National Police na in hiding na daw si Solveta. So we're just relying on them as to that aspect, as to the locations or whereabouts of the mga persons who were charged.
Sir, let me put it this way. Kasi sabi nga natin kanina, si Silveta lamang so far ang maaaring mag-pin down directly kay Bantag. Is there any concern on the part of the family na baka mamaya si Silveta maligpit din, kagaya nangyari kay Villamor?
Kaya nga po, kami nag-aapila. Sa totoo lang, yung pinag-usapan namin na Mr. Mabasa, mas maganda sana kung sumuko si Mr. Silveta. He is a very big additional evidence. Sabihin ko additional kasi marami naman kami ebidensya. And we are confident that we have sufficient evidence.
Okay, sir.
All circumstantial evidence point to the one conclusion that it was Bantag is it.
Sir, ano po ang plano para maprotektahan in case po na maging witness rin ang mga accused?
Actually, sufficient naman ang ating witness protection program. Hindi naman ibig sabihin ng witness ay para lamang sa testigo na hindi akusado. Kasi pati akusado ay protektahan din sa witness protection program kahit nakasama sila sa akusado, basta yung kanilang testimonya ay makakatulong din sa pag-resolba na issue. At nangako rin ang Commission on Human Rights sa Mabasa Family na sakaling kailanganin at hindi makapasa sa witness protection program, ang ibang mga testigo ay nag-alok sila na pwede nilang gawing witness protection program under the program o Commission on Human Rights.
Sir, huling tanong galing sa akin, sir. Moving forward, sir, meron na bang petsa doon sa preliminary investigation? Kasi yun na po yung susunod dapat na mangyari, yung PI.
Sa sunod na po ay on November 11, alas 10 ng umaga.
I'm sorry, sir? November 11?
November
10 ng umaga.
10 a.m.
Okay. Okay, so biyernes na.
Apo.
Alright, maraming salamat po for those updates, Attorney Berteni Causing, spokesperson of the Mabasa family. Right after the break, we will talk about the growing calls for President Bongbong Marcos to appoint a permanent agriculture secretary with Sinag President Rosendo So. That and more when the big story returns. Keep it here on One News, all sides, all the time. big story here on One News. Now, after successive contractions in the first 6 months, farm output grew in the third quarter of the year. However, experts warn that recent typhoons may drag down production by the year end. Maricel Halili has this report.
Agricultural production recorded marginal gains in the third quarter. Data released by the Philippine Statistics Authority showed farm output at constant 2018 prices inched up 1.8% year-on-year from July to September. The figure snapped 2 consecutive quarters of contraction, bringing the year-to-date average to 0.3%. At current prices, the value of production amounted to 501 billion pesos, reflecting an annual growth of 12.3%. The biggest increases were seen in sugarcane production, up 78.8% to 3.27 billion pesos, and abaca up 21.7% to 1.35 billion pesos. Despite this, experts warn that a battery of typhoons in past months could crimp output and economic growth. Leonardo Lanzona, an economist at Ateneo de Manila University, said the quarterly increase masks a problem that the Marcos Jr. administration needs to address. As of Tuesday, the DA said agricultural damage caused by severe tropical storm Paeng was at 3.41 billion pesos. The volume of production loss was estimated at 207,000 metric tons, spanning 89,000 hectares of land. Calls have been mounting for President Bongbong Marcos to appoint a permanent agriculture secretary. However, the president maintains that the problems within the department must be fixed first. Despite current challenges faced by the agri-sector, former Agri Chief Manny Piñol sees no problem with Marcos staying as DA chief.
Well, right now, tingin ko, he can hold on to it. Palakasin niya lang yung kanyang backup. Kasi nakikita ko yung advantage ng presidente at sekretaryo. Basta magaling yung backup team niya.
Piñol said that while Marcos holds the DA chief position, he should define the powers of Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban.
Siguro ang dapat gawin ng presidente ngayon, i-define na lang yung powers ni Ding Panganiban. Sige na, ikaw na bahala dyan. Basta pagdating sa issues of policy, konsulta sa akin. Yung usual operations ng DA, bahala ka ng dumiskarte dyan.
For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
And to share with us his insights about the latest developments in the agriculture sector, we have with us via Zoom the President of the Samaang Industriya ng Magsasaka or SINAG, Mr. Rosendo So. Sir, magandang gabi and welcome to the Big Story.
Yeah, Ed, of course, Danny, magandang gabi.
Yes, sir. Sir, let's start off with yung latest figures ng PSA about the agriculture sector. 1.8% increase of productivity sa agriculture sector for the third quarter. Break it down for us. Is it a significant number at ramdam ba yung increase na yan?
Yeah, ang tingin natin is more or less same with last year lang. Dahil nagbawas ng pataba. So, tinignan natin dun sa mga nag-ani, more or less bumaba pa yung harvest. So ang projection namin is more on 3.7. I think ang projection ng PSA is nasa 3.85.
Okay. Sir, how would these numbers change with the importation strategy of the current Agri-Chief? Or we were discussing po on Business World Live, this can't continue to go on before makain yung domestic production. How long can this go, and will this rate that you've mentioned be sustainable if we keep on importing?
Yes, so far, Dani, ang ginawa natin is pumasok na tayo, yung grupo natin bumili ng bigas, palay sa ating mga magsasaka. We have a MOA with NFA so that the industry will buy palay from the farmers at 19 pesos at 20 pesos. And so far, ang nabili na natin is almost 1.5 million tons. So yun ang initial na ginawa natin, almost 30 million ka pa na bili na ng mga miller to help our government and to help the farmers para magtanim ulit sila.
Okay. And sir, in addition to that, it was announced po that they will be importing fertilizers from China and then distributing this to the farmers possibly for free. How will is that aid significant, sir? And can you quantify how important this would be?
Yeah, I think that will help, no? And we hope na immediately maibigay yon dahil planting, the farmers start planting na naman, no? This coming cropping season. So dapat mahabol itong November, December. Huwag lang ma-delay up to January. The farmers need it in this up to December para at least nasa timing yung pagbigay ng pataba. We are hoping na makahabol, no, yung gagawin ng ating presidente para makatulong sa ating magsasaka.
Sir, we're now well into our fourth quarter of the year at wala pa rin tayong Agriculture Secretary. Your thoughts, sir? Should we by this time already have an Agriculture Secretary? Because the President seems to insist that hindi, he will stay on until, I suppose, masettle lahat.
Yeah, I think kailangan natin si Presidente, no? As a DA Secretary. And ano pa lang ilang buwan pa lang ng ating Presidente as DA Secretary. Maraming like Aimee, siyempre kapatid yan, ayaw niyang maano ang kapatid niya, no? Na siyempre challenging niya na ang Presidente siyang DA Secretary. Pero I think better pa rin siyang Secretary ng DA. At makakatulong ito. Kagaya niyan, yung pondo ng fertilizer na gusto nilang bilihin, galing yan sa pondo ng Presidential Fund. Rene-align niya yan. So, that will help our farmers.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Sinag President Rosendoso, for those updates po.
And right after this break, we will get some details on the first day of this year's bar exams as more Filipinos hope to become future lawyers and judges. That and more when the big story returns. Keep it here in One News. You're still watching The Big Story here in One News. President Bongbong Marcos is off to Cambodia to attend the 40th and 41st ASEAN Summits. In his departure speech, Marcos said his top priorities for discussion are food security, economic recovery, maritime security, and climate change. Marcos adds that this will also be an opportunity to forge new partnerships and to promote the country as a global partner for ASEAN member states. Marcos is also set to meet with Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen and South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol at the sidelines of the meet. The president will fly back to the country on November 13.
Now, aspiring lawyers flock to examination sites all over the country for the first day of this year's bar exam. Justine Punsalang has this report.
Over 9,000 examinees braved through the 2022 bar exams today. Over in San Beda University, cheers greeted bar takers this morning. Some of them brought snacks to help them power through the exams.
Chocolates. Kailangan ng chocolates kasi di nakatulog, baka antukin, saka para active yung mind natin.
Many of them are also second-time takers, just like Jessica, who took the exam in 2018. This time, she is optimistic since laptops will be used instead of handwriting.
Advantage and disadvantage, no? Kasi yung advantage niya dahil yung penmanship mo medyo, so dahil naka-laptop. Pero disadvantage is, sana yung mga technical problems na ma-encounter natin.
Out of the 600 examinees in San Beda, only 579 took the exam. Bar takers in De La Salle University also flocked to the school early today. Some admit being nervous in taking the digital exams.
Excited and then at the same time anxiety. And also, syempre, this is the first time that I'll be taking it yung online. So, I'm really not into computer. Mahirap. I failed the bar exam. Ayoko na sabihin kung ilan, pero I have to take this just to be able to show my kids na hindi ako nag-give up. I really want to try to pass this one.
As early as 2 a.m. today, the southbound lane of Taft Avenue starting at Quirino Avenue was closed to the public. Police officers and enforcers are also deployed early to man the entrance. A liquor ban is also in place within a 500-meter radius of testing centers. In Ateneo de Manila University, which has the largest number of examinees, strict security measures are imposed. Even without road closures, the city government of Quezon City expects heavy traffic around Ateneo because of the exams. The 2022 bar exams will continue on November 13, 16, and 20. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
Several Senate and House seats are still up for grabs hours after the U.S. midterm polls closed. The Senate race is still tight as both parties continue to gain and lose seats. As of 8 p.m. Philippine time, the Associated Press reports that the Democrats have 46 seats, while GOP has 47, only 4 seats more before they get majority. Meanwhile, Republicans are poised to take over the House of Representatives as they log a huge lead over the Democrats. As of 8 p.m. Philippine time, AP reports that the Republicans now have 199 seats, while the Dems have 172. Analysts say that if the GOP ends up controlling both houses, the U.S. might reconsider its relationship with its Asian allies, including the Philippines. It could also affect U.S. military agreements like the VFA. And that's a big story tonight. For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. You may also log on to onenews.ph for more in-depth analysis. I'm Ed Lingao.
The Big Story is also available via our Signal Play app. So make a free account now. That's at signalplay.com and stream One News anytime, anywhere. I'm Danny Laurel. Stay safe, Philippines.
We are One News, all sides, all the time.